Now, playwrights are dealing with a number of tools, and this is the playwrights process. So playwrights first need inspiration. They need to be able to write dialogue. They need to create conflict within a story, tension and conflict, and they need to be able to present that information within a structure. Now, inspiration can come from many places. We're going to do an exercise later in this module that is an exercise in crafting dialogue, but also seeking inspiration. I'm going to put this video, this National Theater video, below this lecture video, and you are welcome to watch it. But playwrights, this video shows playwrights talking about how they find inspiration when they are writing plays. Playwrights have to craft dialogue. And in order to do this, playwrights do a number of things that kind of help them train. Because remember, we talk about playwrights trying to make the words that characters speak specific to their characters, right? To those people in the story. So one thing playwrights will do is they will transcribe conversation. So what that means is you listen to a conversation and write down verbatim what the other person says. Sometimes playwrights will tape record or audio record conversations and transcribe them just like that. Sometimes they'll just listen and write down what they hear. But a lot of times these transcriptions don't just involve writing down the words, but it's also writing down the rhythm, the dots, the pauses, the incomplete sentences, and how do you punctuate those and all of that. The emphasis. So playwrights are transcribing conversations, but they're trying to notate not just the words, but everything that goes into creating meaning from those words, beyond just the text. Playwrights will also incorporate bits of people they know in their characters. Novelists will talk about doing this too. We write what we know. And so one of the ways that we can write things that feel sincere, that feel rooted in our understanding of humanity and reality, as playwrights write about people they know, or they include bits of people they know, and that helps them root things in real. So once playwrights do this, then they will imagine bits of conversation. So what happened next? Okay, so I heard this conversation on the subway. Great. But what did this couple talk about afterwards? Where did the conversation go? Was there conflict? What might have happened? This National Theater video will be available below this video as well. You do not need to watch it. But it's, again, playwrights talking about how they deal with dialogue, how they address it. Playwrights also have to create conflict. So conflict doesn't necessarily mean like a knockdown, drag-out fight. Scenes of conflict make the dialogue dramatic and define a play. So conflict is tension. When I want something and you want something else, and we're trying to get at our goals. And if you want something that is opposite to me, or if you're in my way or I'm in your way, that's a level of tension. Every character is trying to achieve a goal, sometimes in that scene. So maybe I'm trying to get to the refrigerator to get a glass of milk, and you are in front of the refrigerator. That's a conflict, right? You're there. Now, I could just ask you to move, but what if you don't want to move? Or what if I don't want to tell you that I want to drink the last glass of milk in the refrigerator? So we have conflicts, and sometimes the conflict is spoken, sometimes it's not. But playwrights craft that. If the conflict can involve all of the characters and is complex, then it could be the core of the play. So if everybody is seeking safety, but we are in an environment that is unsafe, that is toxic, that is continuously changing, that could become like a core complexity, a core theme of that play. The best conflicts make the audience feel ambivalent. So that means the audience can see and empathize with both sides of the story. That's interesting. If there's just one right way to go, then that gets a little bit boring, right? But if you can start to go, oh, they could be right. Oh, I can see. Then that can become really intriguing. Now, the way playwrights really refined this is through workshopping their plays. So a lot of times plays are not just written and then produced on Broadway. Plays go through a number of workshops and readings and feedback and all of those things. And playwrights listen to what the audience takes away, and then they go back and they write another draft. So it's really, once the play is written, there is still a process of back and forth. A local example, is a company called Playwrights Round Table. And Playwrights Round Table is in Orlando, and they regularly produce original works written by local playwrights, and give the playwrights a chance to hear their words spoken, see what they have written produced, and then they help the playwrights kind of get to what the playwright really wanted to say. Playwrights are also dealing with structure. So structure isn't quite the same as plot. Plot deals with cause and effect, but structure is the sequence in which those scenes are revealed. So if you've ever seen the movie Memento, if you look at the plot's pretty sequential. This happened, and then this happened, and this caused this. But the scenes are revealed. You see what happened last first. You see what happened next second. You see what happened third last. So the structure is not the same. So playwrights are dealing not only with plot, but also with how that information is revealed and from whose perspective we're getting that information. Structure has to do with symmetry. It has to do with resonance. It has to do with how the scenes connect to each other. And so that is a little bit of a talk through the Playwrights Process. I encourage you to watch the videos from National Theater that are below this video. You don't have to watch all of them, but I do recommend taking a look and seeing how playwrights talk about these elements of the Playwrights Process.